Italian literature began in the 12th century when in different regions of the peninsula, the Italian vernacular started to be used in a literary matter. The Ritmo laurenziano is the first extant document of Italian literature in 1230. The Sicilian School became notable for being the first style in standard Italian. But let us not stray from our purpose today. A most pleasant morning to each and everyone today. My companion and I are going to discuss a matter of great importance about a specific Italian literature extracted from the Divine Comedy. But companion, what exactly is the Divine Comedy, and why is it so revered in both Italian and Western literature?
Great question, companion. The Divine Comedy is an Italian narrative poem by Dante Alighieri, began circa 1308 and completed around 1321, shortly before the author's death. It is widely considered the preeminent work in Italian literature and one of the greatest works of Western literature.
You are most certainly right. Additionally, the poem discusses the state of the soul after death and presents an image of a divine justice melted out as a due punishment or reward. Not only that, the poem also represents the soul's journey towards God, beginning with the recognition and rejection of sin, followed by the penitent Christian life, which is then followed by the soul's ascent to God.
The Divine Comedy is an epic poem that tells the story of Dante Alighieri's journey through the afterlife, guided by various characters and encountering a wide range of people, animals, and mythical creatures along the way.
In the poem, the pilgrim Dante is accompanied by three guides. Virgil, who represents human reasons and who guides him for all infernal and most of purgatorio. Beatrice, who represents divine revelation in addition to theology, grace, and faith, and guides him from the end of purgatorio onwards. And Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, who represents contemplative mysticism and devotion to Mary, the mother of guiding him in the final cantos of Paradiso.
From what we have seen, the Divine Comedy consists of only Canto 1 as for the book, so this is just a brief and concise summary on what we have wrote on the PowerPoint presentation, so let us start! In Dante's Divine Comedy Canto 1, which is Inferno, he describes being lost in the dark forest midway through his life. He is uncertain how he ended up there but is frightened and disoriented. He sees a hill with sunlight, symbolizing hope and salvation, and tries to climb it. However, he is stopped by three fierce animals, a panther, a lion, and a she-wolf, that drive him back into the darkness, representing various obstacles and scenes he must overcome. Disappointed after being rebuffed by the creatures, Dante meets the spirit of the Roman poet Virgil in the woods. Virgil tells Dante that the she-wolf who obstructed his path will be defeated by a future savior. To reach the hill, Dante must first pass through hell and purgatory before arriving in heaven. Virgil agrees to help him on this difficult journey, and Dante, comforted by his presence, begins on the quest. Now, do you guys have any idea on what and how was this literally structured? Of course, we will tackle about that. The general structure of this story contains three canticles.
Firstly, Canto 1 begins on the night of Good Friday in the year 13,000, a significant time in the Christian liturgical calendar, symbolizing the passion and crucifixion of Christ. A man generally assumed to be Dante himself is miraculously unable to undertake an ultramundane journey which leads him to visit the souls in hell, purgatory, and paradise. The first setting or canticle in the Divine Comedy is hell. It is depicted as a dark, foreboding, and terrifying place filled with the screams and wails of the damned.
Number 2. Purgatory. The second one being purgatory, which is a place of spiritual purification where the souls of the deceased must confront and purge their sins in order to reach the afterlife.
The third and final setting in the Divine Comedy, which is paradise, is a place of divine beauty and spiritual enlightenment, where Dante encounters various celestial beings and witnesses the divine presence of God.
Now let's talk about the theme. The poem discusses the state of the soul after death and presents an image of divine justice melted out as due punishment or reward. It serves as a symbolic allegory of Dante acknowledging his own sin. So basically, it depicts a vision of how spirits are rewarded for their earthly acts through rich imagery and symbolic meaning. It is possible to interpret the poem as a metaphor for Dante's own admission of his moral flaws and transgressions. This exploration offers a more comprehensive analysis of the nature of redemption and justice in the afterlife. Now, companion, might thou undertake and proceed with the personages in this literature?
Verily, we have Dante, Virgil, Beatrice, Charon, Paolo, and Francesca de Rimini, Lucifer, Minos, and Paul VIII. But as for Canto 1, we're only introduced to Dante, Virgil, and the three menacing beasts. Each of these characters are essential in the development of the theme. Without them, we won't be able to indicate the theme of this literary work.
But companion, there's one more thing. Who is telling the story? I mean, who is doing the talking throughout the entirety of the story?
Ooh, I might admit that this is a brilliant question, companion. I fortunately have the answer for that. The Divine Comedy is written in the first person, with Dante himself serving as both the narrator and the protagonist. This perspective allows Dante to convey his personal experiences, thoughts, and feelings directly to us, offering a unique and intimate view of his spiritual journey through the afterlife, like these lines. I found myself. This opening line establishes that the speaker is Dante himself. Speak will I of the other things I saw there. The use of I throughout the excerpt clearly shows that we are seeing the events through Dante's eyes. I see a light. This line, along with other lines that describe his feelings and thoughts, confirms that the narration is from Dante's perspective.
I see. Now I understand why this poem also provides a detailed exploration of the afterlife. Because through this narrative, Dante invites us to reflect on the themes mentioned and their relevance to our own lives.
Agreed, companion. But look at the time. We still have more explorations to go to. And thus
that
concludes our report. We trust this report has imparted valuable insights and information.
If you have any questions or need further clarification, please don't hesitate and feel free to ask.
Again, honorable lords and ladies, this has been Abdul Haq Tayuan with
Hayria A. Ahmad, your companions for the day. We bid farewell with deepest gratitude.